Hey guys, Greg Vinson here. Before we get to anything else, I just want to say thanks to all of my Facebook fans. You guys have been awesome. You helped me through a tough year this year, and it ended up great. I'm fishing the Bassmasters Classic in February on Lake Guntersville. So thank you guys. Thank all of you guys for your support, and keep giving me that feedback on Facebook, man. So I put a question out the other day, and I wanted to get some questions from the fans, and we're going to answer them right here. Got some really good questions. I got sort of a 2-for-1 special right here. One was Spencer and Deonda Brown. Said, what are your top 3 or 5 go-to baits in the fall, and how do you fish them? And then there was another question that was pretty close to that. That one came from John Rogers. Said, what's your 3 favorite go-to baits in pressure situations? So I picked out 3 baits that pressure situations in the fall would be the 3 top choices that I would pick, and that's most of the lakes that I fish anywhere in the country. The first one is this little Bandit 200 crankbait, and you'll notice as I go through these baits, a lot of them are probably smaller profile than what you see me use most other times of the year. I like to use the small profile baits, especially high pressure situations. The smaller baits work really good, and then a lot of the bait fish are smaller in the fall too, so these little Bandit 200s work excellent. You know, the fish are moving shallower on the flats and things like that. They're really dialed in on big schools of bait fish. And these baits right here are just perfect. You know, the chartreuse and blue is really good in stain water. And I also really like it in cold front situations, back to the high pressure deal. The chartreuse blue, that extra flash can trigger a reaction bite and help out a lot. And then other times I go really neutral, and this is Sparkle Ghost. And it's just a real neutral shad pattern, and it's the Bandit 200. So great bait to cover water, find fish, and get those extra bites. I am a topwater fanatic. I love throwing topwater baits. I've got boxes full of all different ones, and this is one that was laying in the bottom of the boat that I'd caught some fish on recently. This is, I think it's the Strike King, the little sexy dog, this smaller one. And it's a walking style topwater. I really like the walking baits in the fall because I can cast at an isolated stump or a dock post, or any type of isolated cover, or where I see a ball of shad or something like that, and I can walk this bait almost in one spot for a long period of time and really get that fish upset and get some vicious strikes. So these little walking style topwater baits are killer in the fall, and you'll be surprised at how cool water temperatures you can still get bites on your topwater baits in the fall. So just because that water temperature is getting cooler, don't put this up yet. And then last but not least, Old Faithful, a small profile finesse jig. That's a mini kick and bee trailer on there. You can't beat it. You can fish a lot of different types of cover in a lot of different places with a little small finesse jig like this. And in the fall, you can catch some great big ones on a little bitty jig. So I hope that answers the questions, guys. Thanks so much for going on there, and we're going to do this again soon.